Alright, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle and CreateSpace. Video is entitled Independent and Unprotected. Some of our ladies feel like they are unprotected. They're not provided for. And I had a situation with somebody near and dear to me who had almost had an issue because of not having a man in her life or at a time. So, but I'm not gonna diss, but I'm gonna use this example. And I've addressed this a few times. A lot of you ladies are reacting to what happened after you declared that you was independent. And now you feel unprotected, but that's the trade-off of being independent. And a lot of times this is what's been happening, in my opinion, for decades in our community. The men have really not pushed forward because we've been trying to please the women, and to a degree y'all don't know what makes y'all happy, and then we do what you ladies have come up with this ideology that you think this will fix it. We're like this right now, and these are the type of men we want. And then you get those men, but then you grow out of that, and either because you just evolved out of it or because it didn't work, and then you act like the ramifications are the men's fault. And this is why I'm saying independent and unprotected. The independent thing where I don't need a guy, or all I need is a baller to give me money, and I'm good. I can do bad by myself. After some time goes, if you're independent, you don't need a man, and that was your mantra 5-10 years ago, and now you feel unprotected, maybe you didn't think it through. Because if you felt like you didn't need a man and you could do bad by yourself, if that was one of your slogans, or you was independent, why are you upset that you don't have a man to protect you? That falls in line for what you asked for. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Now, this is becoming a problem in our community because we want to ignore when the results come back as a failure. We want to ignore the ideology that created these results. It was so prevalent. Men were making songs to praise women for being independent and not needing a man. And my point is, women were pushing it, and men started pushing it to make money too, and start believing it. And now all of a sudden, it's not a good idea. And it's a problem. We want guys who are providers. Some of y'all may be old enough to remember this. Some of y'all may not be old enough to remember this. There was an old McDonald's commercial about a guy named Calvin. He was walking to McDonald's in his uniform, and people, what's up, Calvin? What's up? They was treating him, hey, you got a job. Calvin's working at McDonald's. It was a nice little commercial. But our comedians and people in our community made fun of the Calvin commercial because they knew Calvin wasn't going to get any. The girls like, oh, Calvin, you work at McDonald's. You don't make no money, blah, blah, blah. Because that was an era of what have you done for me, mate? What have you done for me lately? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You know what I'm saying? So McDonald's was, how dare you work at McDonald's? Kind of the backdrop to that, to the coming to America. When they figured, they wouldn't talk to because they worked at McDowell's. You know, they wouldn't make any, because they don't make any money. They were poor, and then, you know, those Calvins in the world probably worked their way up into management now, right? And now, you know, I want a provider just like you, Calvin. It's like he remembers when y'all made fun of him, you know. But people forget that. So now you want a provider, but you got to remember you made fun of these guys when they were entry level, when they were interning. Yeah, when they were just starting out, you know. And with time, work ethic, good work ethic and good effort and intelligence, these guys became providers. And now the very people who are looking for providers are looking back at the very guys that they made fun of for not having enough money, now that he has enough money, and he's just supposed to forget the type of people that treated him like that. So one of the issues, give me 1 second, folks. One of the issues we having is we're not thinking this through. Now, why I say that is this. Because builders, you want builders in the community. I find that funny. Because builders are normally blue collar type of people, people who work with their hands on. And there was a time not too long ago where I want a man with a degree. You could actually have a degree and be blue collar, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe not, you know. But the builders are the guys who actually build the roads, dig the ditches, do the construction work, build the homes, and, you know, all your architects. The builders are the mechanics who get their hands dirty, and people are like, I don't like this guy because his fingernails are dirty. The builders are really the garbage men who keep everything clean. But, oh, you stink, you smell like garbage. The builders, you know, are the guys that you may or may not see climbing up light posts, changing transformers. But what kind of job you had? You one of them people? I need somebody who's in a suit and tie, who sits in air conditioning all day. Those were the type of guys. I want a corporate thug. That was the ideology at the time. You want somebody who was in a suit, but he was in the street. The problem with that corporate thug ideology is that's not a builder. So you come to find out that these corporate guys aren't builders, and these thugs aren't builders, and you're like, we're the builders. But you're a day late and $1 short. You're a day late and $1 short. You know, so it's a problem because you're independent and unprotected. You know. The other thing, you know, and adding to that, those same guys with the type of occupations I said wind up making more money than a lot of people take into consideration, and that's the issue, right? And now you got guys in the middle, you know, maybe somewhere who have good enough work experience, maybe halfway to retirement. Some even maybe retired. Now people, oh, you was a firefighter for 25 years? Oh, I could get with you because you retired. Whoa. Because you want to build, and now he didn't put his resume in, and now you want to show up. now you want to show up. Okay. I think that's a problem. The unprotected part. You know, you couple that I'm strong and independent and I don't need a man and I could do bad by myself with the fact that you out here trying to be manly signifies that you don't want protection. I don't want you opening the door for me. I don't want you being chivalrous for me. I don't want you being a man and handling this situation. I got this. I don't need a man to cover me and protect me. And now you turn around and say you're unprotected. It's just like, have you forgotten? You're going to play like you forgot that you said you didn't want protection. You're going to play like you forgot that. And even part of the situation with some of these guys and some of these young men in particular that I have to point out, but I hate to point out because it does make us look bad as men, is these guys aren't quick to help these women. Because younger guys have been groomed to say, don't help these women by the women. I got this. You stay back. You just young. You just a boy. You can't handle nothing. I got this. It's kind of Willie Lynch masculinity where she thinks she's going to be on the front lines to tell you, like she's part of the Dora Milaje. You know what I'm saying? She's in Wakanda now with Spears. And but now when it doesn't work out, you know, somebody crack upside the head, oh, yo, I'm not protected. It's like, yo, you walked up to a grown man ready to fight, and you got to fight, and you lost. You knew you couldn't beat that grown man in the first place. Well, you should have protected me. I can't protect you from you, though. I can protect you from men, but I can't protect you from you. Like, you want smoke with everybody. The only way to protect you from that is to either not bring you around or crack you upside the head and drag you off before the drama starts. So, you know, it's messed up, but, you know, I think it needs to be addressed that, you know, if you were independent and unprotected because, you know, this is what you asked for. So, we out.